YouTube? Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast. We're talking Auburn football. Go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. All right, so we talked about this a couple of weeks ago where Auburn had not signed a single wide receiver in this particular recruiting class. We're talking about the 2021 recruiting class, which is trending towards being one of the most effectively diverse recruiting classes in the Gus Malzahn era. Nice set of offensive linemen so far. Got a quarterback, Demetrius Davis, in this particular line. Got a couple of good defensive linemen. But the biggest issue is the fact that Auburn, with the type of quarterbacks that they're starting to recruit, definitely needs some good wide receivers in the stable. Because, I mean, first of all, in order to recruit, there's several factors that go into recruiting a quarterback. The quarterback still is going to want to know, who am I throwing the ball to? And it's great to know that you're throwing the ball to Seth Williams and throwing the ball to Anthony Schwartz, guys like those. But it's also great that you could be throwing the ball to Kobe Hudson as well. But when we look at this recruiting class, another thing I really love about it is the diversity geographic-wise with this recruiting class. I mean, you have anywhere from Missouri all the way down to Texas, down to Florida. And now, with this particular recruit at wide receiver, the first one in this particular class that's committed is Malcolm Johnson Jr. out of St. Stephen's and St. Agnes High School in Alexandria, Virginia. This is an area where Auburn really has not, has had a little bit of success before. Had a recruit, Cameron Kelly, out of Virginia, but he wound up transferring, I think, to University of North Carolina. I thought that was a pretty good recruit at that time. But the biggest story about this is this kid is one of the fastest guys in this particular recruiting class. He's listed as a .9224 recruit, which makes him a middle to high end, I'll call him a middle high end 4-star recruit. He's very talented. You can see him on film. He's absolutely outrunning. Everybody, has great route running, all that kind of stuff that you want to bring to the table as a potentially elite wide receiver in Power 5 football. So I think Auburn has done a great deed here in going up to Virginia and recruiting this guy. He's been trending towards Auburn for the last few weeks, so this is no big surprise that he does commit to Auburn. This catapults Auburn to the number 16 recruiting class in the country. If Auburn is able, I've been talking about this on all my recruiting videos, if Auburn is able to land JaQuincy McKinstry out of the state of Alabama, Pinson Valley High School, the former high school of Bo Nix, I really think you're going to be looking at a easy top 6 recruiting class for the Auburn Tigers, which could probably change some of the trajectory for the Tigers. Now, don't discount the possibility. Let's say this season goes on. The Big Ten does not play football. That could dramatically affect recruiting in the Big Ten. So you could be seeing some guys trend towards Big 12, SEC schools, ACC schools. So don't be surprised if you see some of that action happening as well. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart with some breaking news. Auburn getting the huge commitment earlier today from Malcolm Johnson Jr., St. Stephen's and St. Agnes High School, Alexandria, Virginia. .9224 recruit. And, man, huge news for the Tigers. Now the number 16th ranked recruiting class in the country. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.